Good afternoon. Happy Monday, everybody. How are we doing? Start of a new week. Can't believe it already. We're almost in May. 8 days remain. Is that right? 30 days in September, April, June, and November? Yeah. Yeah. It's almost been, we're coming up on the halfway point of the year already. Can you believe it? Good Lord. Good Lord, good Lord. Lone Monkey Productions has just become a member within the first 2 minutes of going live. Thank you so much, Lone Monkey Productions. Our first new member of the day, making a lovely round number of 555. That's fantastic. Lord Billy. Josh, are you worried about making any more AOS predictions on stream? Absolutely not at all. I will continue to make them and continue to be proved completely wrong. My glasses are filthy. Absolutely disgusting. Let me give them a quick clean. The Loith has just become a member as well. Thank you very much. Five is an honorary even number. Indeed it is, Eric. I like 5. Feels like a nice waypoint in the counting. Hang on a minute. Let's make sure these are nice and clean so I can actually see. There we go. Hi Josh, need some happiness right now as I've just lost my job. Martin, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks. I've been through that myself and it's never easy. What I will endeavour to do is make this a super fun stream for you to enjoy and have a good time. The Loith has indeed just ruined the even number, but no, you've become a member, which is fantastic. Even numbers be damned. Becoming a member is much better, as is leaving a like on the stream. That is the most important thing. Lone Monkey Productions has said, thank you very much, first of all, for the $10. Your Legio Solaria tutorials took almost all the fear out of painting my full-size Solaria Warlord. Many thanks and keep up the stellar work. That's awesome, Lone Monkey. I painted this guy using my Solaria tutorials. I did this exactly. This one. He's getting a bit dusty. I need a case to put him in. I also need a Reaver. I'm sorry, that really sucks, Martin. Everybody send love in the chat to Martin, because losing his job is awful. It's never fun. It's never easy. But the thing to always remember is that you will bounce back. You will bounce back. You will find another job. Everything will be okay, even if it doesn't feel like it is right now. That was something I had to learn. So I went through, if it helps, Martin, when I was at Sky. I was at Sky for 4.5 years and went through 3 rounds of redundancy. And it was awful. It was truly awful. And then I left there and went somewhere else, and then I lost my job. And I was like, oh, well. Do you have a prediction for Astra Militarum Codex release time? I don't. Maybe this year, possibly next year. Who can say? Uh, we're about to roll into Age of Sigmar land, so 40k will be a distant memory for most of us. I don't think you'll see it. You might see the Chaos Space Marines Codex might drop before June, so either next month or in early June. But then it's going to be all Age of Sigmar all of the time from like the end of June to most of July, and then you might see another Codex drop in August. I'm torn between starting a Sylvaneth army or a Flesh Eater Courts army. I mean, they're both super fun to paint. I saw a message from up here. I haven't said hello to all of you yet, one by one. Let's do that now. Good afternoon to the Tattooed Zoologist, Yamail Angmar, the Loith, of course, Nick Main, Madison Schleif, Vicious Goose 117, Mark Watson, Ricky Colebrook, Captain Manrings, good afternoon, The Mini Creative, Big Ron, Miriel, Jungle Camper, James Shembry, who else have we got? Fake Street Spirit, Lord Billy, Martin Roberts, of course, who else have we got? Dudex, hello, Eric, Lapchenko, Skiki Kien, I hope I've said that right, Dave Hall, good evening. 999888. Florian, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the real world. So, guys, the reason I did that is because I scrolled back up because I saw a message from Vicious Goose 117 saying, "Hey Warhipster, just FYI, GW already said that Vanguard boxes will also be spearheads in 4.0. Now, this gives me a great idea. I dug this out because I couldn't remember if anyone had said anything or not. A branch witch. I dug this out of the vaults. If I build the branch witch, well, actually, I went through a bit of a process. So, would you like to see a really, really confusing note? Who'd like to see a very, very confusing note on an iPhone? This is how my brain works. I don't think there's anything in here that... Okay, yeah. So, I'll show you my confusing note. We'll go over here. Are you ready for a confusing note? So, for Spearhead, if the Vanguard sets are indeed going to be valid for Spearhead, here's what I can have ready... theoretically, for when the whole thing goes live, right? So Stormcast Eternals, the Ys mean yes, it's done. HOS obviously refers to Hammers of Sigmar. CV refers to Celestial Vindicators. So for the Stormcast of Eternals, I have done 5 Vanquishers in the Hammers of Sigmar, 3 Annihilators in the Celestial Vindicators, a Night Vexler, Celestial Vindicator, Yndrasta, yes, Stormstrike Chariot in a Hammers of Sigmar. For the Flesh Eater Courts, I've done everything that you need there. Cities of Sigmar, we've done everything that we need there. The Vanguard Magkin of Nurgle. We've done 2 Puscoil Blight Lords, tutorials all available. 5 Putrid Blight Kings, tutorials all available. 10 Plague Bearers, tutorials all available. Spoilpox Scrivener, we haven't done. But it just so happens that I have a Spoilpox Scrivener. There he is. So, if we get that one done, we have Vanguard Maggotkin of Nurgle done. Vanguard Slaves to Darkness. I need to buy a Chaos Chariot and a Chaos Lord, because I haven't done either of those. But then I have Vanguard Slaves to Darkness done. Vanguard Auric War Clans. Obviously, when Dominion came out, we have a Killer Boss on Great Nashtooth. We have a Merc Knob with Belcher Banner. We have the Man Skewer Bolt Boys. And we've done the Gut Rippers, but we haven't done a Beast Skewer Killbow. But I do own one, so I could get one done. And then we've got that one done. Vanguard Seraphon. I need to do a Saurus Old Blood on Carnosaur, because I've done the Croxagore and I've done the Saurus Warriors. Vanguard Sylvaneth. We've got the Tree Lord, the Kurnoth Hunters with Bows, the 5 Tree Revenants, and 1 Branch Witch is owned. This bad boy right here. So, if we if we get all of that done, if we get those few bits and bobs here and there finished up, I'll have a bunch of Vanguards and Spearheads ready. Which means I could do a bunch of Spearhead tutorials. Which is super exciting. Is it not? Caradron Overlord Spearhead next. Well, so this is the thing. I do actually have all of the things I would need to do the Caradron Overlord's Vanguard. I have all of the bits required to do it. I have every single model. However, I haven't painted any of it. So at this point, we're in the cleanup stage to get those done. But I could conceivably get the Caradron Overlord's one done. I'd need to buy some Melusai or something, whatever the snake ladies are called, for the Daughters of Cain. And I could have that one done. So that's another 2. What else? Lumineth. I could get that done as well. Nighthorn. I'd have to borrow 20 of the little ones. But if I got 10 of the scythe ones, what are they called? Dreadblade Harrows? No, what are they called? Grimghast Reapers. I'd have to do them, and I'd have to do a Knight of Shrouds. But combining that with Alice's stuff that she's already done, we'd have a Nighthaunt one done. For the Soulblight Gravelords, I'm quite a way off having the Soulblight Gravelords one done. I'd have to paint 19 skeletons, 5 Blood Knights, and 3 Vargheists. So there's a lot that needs to happen on those in order to get everything done. But there is presumably a scenario where we could have every single Spearhead finished if I spent the entirety of May doing that. We did talk about this on Wednesday. Maybe that is something we'll do. Maybe we won't. Tzeentch. Tzeentch is a slightly difficult one, right? Because I've got, for the Disciples of Tzeentch, I've got the Screamers, but I don't have the Flamers. I've got the Kyric Acolytes, and I've got the Zangors, but I don't have the character that's in that box. So it's a lot to paint at once. How do I restrict myself when I want to collect so many armies? Well, you don't. You do Spearhead. Because you buy one box and then you can play Spearhead. I think I saw a question there. At this rate, you'll get all the Vanguards done. Oh, I'd love to. Did somebody ask what Spearhead is? Thomas asks, what's Spearhead? I feel I'm behind. So Spearhead is Age of Sigmar's answer to Combat Patrol. Basically, if you're 40k familiar, it's you buy the one box of the Spearheads or the Vanguard that they currently have available to purchase, and if you buy that, you can then play the game of Spearhead, which is a very stripped down, much smaller version of Age of Sigmar 4.0, which is very, 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 very exciting. Can you remind us of the Spearhead article? I can go and find it. Let me see. Warhammer community. Spearhead. Let's go Warhammer Age of Sigmar. If I just find the rules thing that they talked about. Aha, here we go. So we now need to jump into this one, and then this one we need to do that. Bosh. Okay, so Warhammer Age of Sigmar, what are modular rules and what do they mean for you? The new edition of Age of Sigmar has been revealed, with a totally fresh look to the core rules, featuring refinements and tweaks that make the world's greatest Fantasy miniatures game even better. We've mentioned modular rules as one of these new changes, but what exactly does this mean? Put simply, the game is divided into core rules and advanced rules. The core rules are quick to learn and cover moving, fighting, shooting, unit coherency, and everything else you need to know to play a simple battle from start to finish with objectives and terrain. The advanced rules cover commands, terrain, magic, army composition, command models, and battle tactics. As any experienced player will tell you, these are all vital for in-depth tactical games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So what makes them modular? Well, here we go. Core rules, including moving, fighting, shooting, unit coherency, and objectives. And then advanced rules, commands, terrain, magic, army composition, command models, and battle tactics. Rules have been structured in a modular manner, says Ben, the product developer for the game. This means that you can learn and play games with the core rules, and then, when you need them, you can go on to learn the advanced rules. You can even just leave them out completely if you want, though some battle packs will require them. It's all part of making the game that existing players love more accessible to newer players. Modularity is born from the idea that Warhammer Age of Sigmar is much more than just a game, continues Matt, the man in charge of the rules. It's essentially a platform that supports many types of games. People play Warhammer Age of Sigmar as a narrative experience, a competitive tournament game, at sizes ranging from huge mega battles with hundreds of miniatures to smaller format games like Spearhead and everything in between. With modular rules, you only need to read the rules necessary to play the type of game you want. To play Spearhead, all you need to read is the core rules and no advanced rules. Everything else is covered in the Spearhead Battle Pack, the War Scroll cards, and the unique cards that Spearhead uses. So there you go. Spearhead is just core rules and a unique extra set of things that presumably is all kind of wrapped up in one thing, right? Then you have Path to Glory, Match Play, and General's Handbook, etc., etc. So, the reason I'm really excited for it is because Spearhead takes all of this from General's Handbook plus seasonal rules and breaks it down to its core rules, and then you play with a pre-prescribed set of miniatures from the Vanguard or the Spearhead boxes. It hasn't said there that the Vanguard boxes are, but as has been mentioned in the chat, it has been confirmed that that is the case. So, your Vanguard boxes, your Spearhead boxes that have been announced and released so far, so Cities of Sigmar, Stormcast Eternals, and Flesh Eater Courts, you will be able to play this right out of the box, which is fantastic. So for getting to learn the core rules of a game, it is a pre-prescribed way of doing that. And it's a fantastic way to get into the game because it's not a separate game mode with a bunch of other stuff thrown in. It's the core rules plus some unique cards and stuff is what they're saying there. So it's not like, for example, what's it called? The narrative version in 40k. The, what's it called? Somebody tell me in the chat. What are you saying? What's it called in the chat? The narrative game in 40k? The one in Age of Sigmar is called Path to Glory, which... Crusade. Yeah, exactly. So it's not like Crusade. It's also, you know, not going to include everything. Like, I think Combat Patrol includes the entire game of 40k. But you just play with less models, which is... So this is a very pre-prescribed way of doing things, right? And I really like it. I think it's really encouraging. It's really exciting. It's a great way to get into the game. So if it is true that, of course, the Vanguard sets are going to be used in Spearhead, you could buy a Vanguard box now. If you have been wanting to get into Age of Sigmar, you can buy it, get it built, get it painted, and be ready day one to play Spearhead with your friends, which is really excited. Good morning, Colonel. I'm very well, thank you. You don't have to apologise for being late. Good evening, plops of corn. How are you? Little treat for you guys. I know you're excited to see this miniature. The Wilder Fiend from the Darkoath army set. It is finished. It is ready to go. The video will be up, let's say Thursday. Do you want to see this one on Thursday, or do you want to have the Darkoath Marauders? Or, alternatively, do you want me to finish this guy and have that video instead? Or do you want the Marauders? Don't say Fell Riders, because I haven't finished them. This is now where everyone says Fell Riders, obviously. So I went for a slightly warmer purple on this guy. Are you painting 11 more Wilder Fiends? No, I'm not. If I'll pull the book up. Where is it? I don't know where the book is. Okay, 1 second. If we go to Darkoath. We need the preview because that's the better article. So we go in here. So if you look at this guy, you see how he has got a purple hue there? I went for a warmer purple because I thought it looked better. You could, of course, achieve basically what I've done there. You could follow, if you want it to look like it does there, like the kind of much darker, instead of using Leviathan purple, because you can see here on this knee, for example, it is quite warm there, but in places it's really dark. If you wanted to just achieve that, you can just go one step further and throw in some Shaiish purple as a glaze over the top of all of it. That will bring it down a step, but I didn't want to do that in the end. I thought the purple looked better. That's why I went that way I did. As you can see. So you can see how it's just a little bit warmer. Good evening, Lord Commander Joe. Do you have a tutorial for the Generatorium hub? It's coming, Madison. Will you paint the Nighthaunt from the new Warcry? Yes, Dudex. So, what I am basically committing to is getting the Lumineth and the Nighthaunt done from Pyre and Flood, as well as the these guys. So I've been working on them. Hang on. I've been working on the Fell Riders, as you can see. They're getting there. I haven't been able to film much today so far because somebody next door is running a power sander. You might hear it. I can't hear it now. I've got the headphones on. But every time I've tried to film, it's come out like this. Hello, everybody. It's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another contrast. And it's been hideous. So I haven't been able to film. But I have been painting the background Fell Riders today. So I know what I'm doing with them. I also know which paints I'm going to be using. What contrast would you recommend as a colour match for Incubi Darkness? Working a Sea Pirate theme for my Cities of Sigmar units. Ooh. Incubi Darkness. Incubi Darkness is really tough. You only really get to Incubi Darkness by layering. A good video to check out from mine for Incubi Darkness. You could get reasonably close to this by just checking out the Night Lords video that I recently did. If you want one that's a little bit colder, you could check out the Space Wolves Hounds of Morkai video that I did ages ago. A B C D F G H I J K L M N P L M N O P. Yeah, into my darkness goes there. So I'm just moving some paints out of the way because I built myself a little castle in front of me. So we're going to do the branch witch first. As always, guys, if you could please leave a like on the video, that would be really, really special. It is a free way to support the channel, and it gets more people in here to watch. You've already smashed our first target of 50 likes. Can we shoot for our next target, which is 69? And if you would like to subscribe, if you haven't already, that would be also great. We're on our slow march to 75,000 subscribers. And finally, the request I have to make of you is if you would like to become a member. That is a above and beyond way to support the channel, but it goes a massively long way to keeping the lights on around here. Our electric bill came through the other day, and guess what? It's going up. There's a couple of different things you could try, Lord Commander Joe. There's a really nice kind of dark blue colour. If you check out my Black Talons video, I did that on the Crossbow Lady. She's got a nice sea green blue. If you check out some of my Lumineth tutorials as well, there's some really cool stuff going on there. Like the Cenarian Lightener and the Venari Blade Lords and stuff like that. I've also got a pile of Ideneth. There's a couple of, I say a pile, I've got a couple of Ideneth things that have happened as well in recent times. Again, as part of that Black Talons video, we have Ideneth. And then also from the, what they called, there's the Warhammer Underworlds set, Cyrene's Razors. Might also help you. But let's get this branch witch built, shall we? So that we can have all of the components for a Sylvaneth Vanguard tutorial, Vanguard set built. Because I've done the Tree Lord, which I did on a live stream on here not too long ago. Well, probably quite a while ago now, at least over a year. Why am I clipping that off? Just going in willy-nilly. That's not how we do things, is it? We sprue review these things. We then also have extra hairs that make an appearance. So let's just take the actual component that we need off. Clip there so that we don't end up clipping off a bit of the branch. And this one as well. We require component number 1 to kick things off. Let's just bring the microphone around here so you can actually hear what I'm doing. I am a professional. I do know what I'm doing. It's not all a complete and total mess about all of the time here. So, I'm going to tell you something, guys, as part of the group therapy section of today. So, not only have we had filming difficulties, I have been very recently struggling with the phenomenon that is kind of ADHD paralysis. And I recognized this in myself the other day as I was painting the chieftain. So I got to the end. This is on Saturday night. I got to the end where I had 4 sets of highlights left to do. They were all the metallics and the flesh, right? Got to the end of it, and then it was that was about 3 a.m. and I was like, yeah, I can get this done. And then for the next hour, I sat there because I was just unable to get through it, right? Because I was just like, I just had all these. They'd probably classify them as intrusive thoughts, right? That just got in the way. Being annoying. So I was just sat there and I was like, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to actually spend a week, and I think it is going to be this week because I've already started, right? I'm going to spend a week just documenting every time I have an intrusive thought, and I'm going to write it down. Because I need to look at these and go, hang on, what are these? Where are these themes that are going on? So This week, I'm going to be writing down every horrible thing I think about myself in one note, which is, you know, going to be a great time. But alongside that, rather than just punishing myself, I'm also going to write down every time I think something good about myself, and I'm going to weigh the balance. And I might make a video on it. Who knows? I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in watching. Maybe I'll make something super artsy with it. I'll write them all over my face. Something like that. Could be fun, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's the type of window into the soul that you guys want to see. I know you guys appreciate the kind of, you know, the consideration and the focus that we put on mental health around here, and you like my honesty, this, that, and the other. And I don't know if something like that is valuable to the world, or if that's just something that I should just work on by myself in the background. Maybe, I don't know. I'd be keen to get your thoughts, because, you know, it's my channel, but at the same time, it's all of our channels. You all have a say in the things that you get to see. Oh, I didn't even dry fit. Just went straight in there like that. That was brave. At the moment, we're building a branch witch, Dana. And then I'm going to let you guys decide what happens next after that. Oh my goodness. I turn around. We have 3 new members. Dudex, thank you very much for becoming a member. Gaz62, thank you very much for becoming a member. And Brainbug101, thank you very much for becoming members. You're the best. We've had 5 new members today, guys. That's awesome. Are you diagnosed? No, Dudex, I'm not diagnosed. This is a new thing that I'm learning about myself. I've been watching a lot of things, and a lot of it is ringing very, very true. What I am working on is figuring out a way of getting a diagnosis. But I don't know if I told you guys that there was a very funny conversation with my parents. You might have already heard this one. I went and saw them a couple of weeks ago. I was hanging out at their place. And I said to Mum and Dad, oh, you know, I've been doing all of this kind of research and things, and you know, all of these things, and I've done a bunch of like online kind of tests and stuff like that. I've done a bunch of this stuff, just trying to figure out, you know, what these blockers are when it comes to certain like areas of my life and things like that. And they were like, all right, yeah, what are you thinking? And I was like, well, you know, it's looking more and more increasingly likely that I probably have ADHD. And do you know what? Do you know what my mum said? Actually, my dad said it. He said, yeah, we know. It's like, oh. And he's like, yeah, you've always been that way. We just, you know, we figured we'd let you get on with it. I was like, oh, right, okay, cool. Well, that's, you know, I mean, that's confirmation for me, at least, I guess. It's nice to have that conversation at 33. Which is fantastic. Yeah, I need to go and talk to the GP and get them to give me the, well, I mean, just have a conversation with them. They might just say, hey, look, bro, you have a lot of the signs, but, you know, it's unlikely that this is what it is. In fact, what you are is you're just somebody with a slightly too loud brain at times. You never know. But yeah, I'm catching a lot of this stuff at the moment. Which is, it's interesting. It is certainly is that. This is going to be annoying, isn't it? Oh boy, it's annoying. It's going to go in there. So watch me now get glue all over my fingers. Where did you land on the Me Time May thing? It's looking increasingly likely, Fabian. I think we're going to go for it, and I think I'm slowly deducing all of the stuff that I want to get done. So part of this is like, so I'm looking at it and going, well, look, I can Me Time May it, and I can also get a lot of kind of I can also get a lot of kind of fulfillment out of this for me as well, in terms of getting ready for making content around Spearhead, and just Age of Sigmar. Basically, I would love to become the go-to guy when it comes to Age of Sigmar. And I know that way, at the moment, does not lead to riches and fame. That's 40k if you want that. Or being an horrible person on the internet. That's also a good way to get riches and fame. Not deeply fulfilling, though. But I really want to just... there is an opportunity here for Age of Sigmar to explode. And become what it was meant to be, and I really want to seize that opportunity. That goes in there. Interesting. Because I would really love for Age of Sigmar to become, the biggest game that Games Workshop makes. And the reason for that is very selfish. Because I want to have loads of people who want to come to events for me. I want to have lots of events to go to with it. And I want to play Age of Sigmar. I want to play it all the time. I just want to enjoy my favourite thing, because quite frequently... the only way I get to play a game, like have the actual time to do it, is if it's at an event. And seeing as we're quite a way off from having the studio to put out frequent battle report content, being able to just have a wider breadth of individuals who want to play and enjoy the game is is a good thing for me. So yes, it is my insidious plot to make sure everybody really enjoys the game, and buys in, and just starts playing and starts enjoying it. Which is part of a further insidious plot, because there's insidious plots everywhere, right? Everything is an insidious plot. You need to know this. If Age of Sigmar takes over 40k, do you know what happens to 40k? They pull their act together. They get better. And when 40k is going well, then when it's in a really good space, when you have both games in a really good space, that is the best possible scenario. It means everyone can enjoy the hobby. Oh, I've just done it again. We're just going in for it, are we? Like that. Yep, that's correct. Do you have any interest in Old World? I do have some interest in Old World. I'm waiting for the elves. I'm waiting for the Wood Elves and the High Elves to really ramp up my interest in the game. Because I think they're they are my favourite factions. The High Elves and the Wood Elves. Whichever one comes first will be the one that I dive right in on. And really ramp things up with the Old World. But like it's a very different type of game, and I want to get into it. I want to kind of return to the tabletop of the Old World, because I want that to be my complicated ultra hobby time, as it were. I don't necessarily want to go to Old World events, but what I do want to play is like big famous battles from the world that was, as it were. That is something that I would be really interested in doing, and you know, just like throwing down large armies and having a grand old time with the game, because it is much more. It's a much less casual game, whereas Age of Sigmar is the very casual game. And Age of Sigmar absolutely, just like for me, I've always had the superior model range since its inception, or at least since my engagement in it. I'm not saying there's a link, but there might be a link. They knew I was coming, guys. Like, that Josh guy. We got to give him something. That was needlessly fiddly. This is still needlessly fiddly. It's because I keep fiddling with it. That's a lesson. Once it's on, leave it on. Let's stick you down to the base. That way I can leave you alone. Okay, so which way around does this go now? Like that? Or it must be like that. Yeah. Yeah, because this sits like this, and then this comes in that direction. Yeah. I know what I'm doing, hooray! I know I've done one of these before, but I literally can't remember a single thing about it. What? Okay, we're just going to risk it. We're going to risk it for a biscuit, guys. Just going to go in like that. That feels correct to me. So between the branch witch, so between this model here and this model here, I will have 2 finished Vanguard sets. Because I've done everything else for this, and I've done everything else for this. So for two opposing armies, really. The Maggotkin of Nurgle, the Nurgle, and the Sylvaneth. That's 2 down. What is the name of the model with the big old scroll? That is the Spoilpox Scrivener. So if I can get that Branch Witch painted and the Spoilpox Scrivener done, I will have 2 of my Vanguard sets fully complete, or at least the contents of said Vanguard sets. The Flesh Eater Court Spearhead is already done. The Cities of Sigmar one is already done. So now I have 2 more. I have 2 more that I know I can get done because I've got the contents of the boxes. What I am going to quickly look up though is if I can get my hands on a Chaos Chariot, or are they all out of stock? They are temporarily out of stock. Good. Because I also need the Chaos Lord as well. The old one. And I don't want to buy the full Vanguard set because then I'll have 10 warriors and 5 knights that I'll never do. Doesn't look like they sell it anymore. Shop. Age of Sigmar. Chaos. Salves to darkness. Filters. Sort by price. Ascending. Oh no, there he is. Okay, so I can get him. Starpilot 94 has gifted 20 memberships like an absolute boss. Thank you very much, Starpilot 94. Also, morning, Mr. the Josh. Morning, Starpilot. Morning. Nice day for fishing, ain't it? Thank you so much. That is very, very, very kind. Puts us on 579. 21 more and we'll hit 600. 121 more and we'll hit 700. I did make that reference, Kataro. I love VLDL. Okay, guys. Question for you. Should we do a poll? Should we do a poll? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Start a poll. Do you want what to build next? Beast Skewer, Vanquishers. There you go. Let me know what you think in the chat. Do you have the time to talk about ratties? We do, Captain Manrings. Especially for 12 months of memberships. What would you like to talk about? Madison has gifted one of the finest Warhipster memberships as well. Thank you very much, Madison. That is very kind of you. When are we thinking new AOS is dropping? My birthday next Monday, but holding off for a rather large box of sweet plastic goodness. Yeah, it's a little while off yet. I suspect it will be end of June, beginning of July. Couldn't leave it on an odd number, you know. Well, thank you. Thank you, Madison. It's very kind of you. That puts us on 580. We're 120 away from 700. What are your thoughts on the new engineer? Should we go and have a look at the new engineer? Because it's pretty... I haven't had a full look at it. I saw it previewed and then I was like, that's cool. I like it. A researcher from the clan's scryer. Alright, so we go back to this and we put this on and we do that. Here it is. The new Warlock engineer. It's very cool. Warlock engineer, not Warlock. Sorry. The Skaven have combined vile magic with cursed artifice since their earliest days, and the techno-arcanists, excuse me, of the clan's scryer have been busy in the Age of Sigmar. Oh, I've got hiccups. It's not good. The new Warlock engineer is a sniper of surpassing skill who uses warpstone-infused bullets to take down enemy characters from afar. The best place for any Skaven to be. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. It's gorgeous. It's grim. It's dark. The Warlock in fact, the Warlock musket is deadly indeed, with 2 shots at D3 damage and 2 rend, and the ability to auto-wound on a critical hit. An eager engineer can further amplify its power using the reaction ability More Warp Energy, granting the musket a flat 3 damage for the turn, providing you shot without moving. This being a Skaven device, of course, there's always the chance it might blow up in your face. What's more, the Warlock engineer is a spiteful sniper master, spotting enemy leaders with well-honed expertise and the far Pikachu of its Warlock optics, patent pending, before pointing them out for any Warlock Giselles, confirmed, within a staggering 13-inch range. Let's have a look at this war scroll then. 5 health, or wounds, 6-inch move, a 5+ save, and a control characteristic of 2. This is like your OC thing, as new for Age of Sigmar. The Warlock musket, 24-inch range, 2 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, rend 2, damage D3. Crit is auto wound. So that's 6s to hit, I would guess. Reaction, you're declared a shoot ability for this unit. It was not set up this turn, and it has not used a move ability this turn. Roll a dice on a 2+, set the damage characteristic of this unit's Warlock musket to 3. Oh, good. For the rest of the turn, on a 1, inflict D3 mortal damage on this unit. Oh, I see. For a minute I was like, what, just any 1? But yeah, roll a dice. If you roll a 1, you take D3 mortal wounds. Mortal damage, sorry. On a 2+, you set the damage characteristic of this unit to a 3. Sniper Master... This unit and friendly Warlock Giselle units wholly within 13 inches of this unit can ignore the effects of the Guarded Hero ability when picking the target for their shooting attacks. What does Guarded Hero mean? Ignoring the Guarded Hero ability is obviously fantastic. Is it? We don't know what it is until we scroll down. But what is a Guarded Hero exactly? These are leaders and characters who are protected by the press of friendly bodies around them, much like the old Lookout Sir rule, making them harder to snipe with a cheeky arrow or glowing musket round. Monsters and war machines are a bit too conspicuous to benefit from this kind of protection, but smaller heroes can find safety in obscurity, and infantry heroes can be downright impossible to target from far away, at least until a Warlock engineer gets involved. All heroes that are not monsters or war machines have the Guarded Hero passive ability. If this hero is within the combat range of a friendly unit that is not a hero, subtract 1 from hit rolls for shooting attacks that target this hero. If this hero is infantry, they cannot be picked as the target of shooting attacks made by units more than 12 inches from them. That's cool. That's very cool. I like that a lot. That's very cool. Paul is bad at stuff has just become a member as well. Thank you very much, Paul is bad at stuff. I'm sure you're not bad at stuff. I'm sure, Paul, you're quite good at stuff. What is the poll saying? Vanquishers are in the lead. That's interesting. YouTube better, membership better for you, or Patreon? I'm currently a Patreon. Is it better for you if I switch to YouTube? I don't know, Gavin. Stay where you are. Patreon's great as well. Whichever you like. Whichever is easiest for you. It doesn't matter to me. It's up to you. You guys can support me however you like. So long as it is supportive. Oh, Paul, you have a channel. I didn't know Paul had a channel. Paul is bad at stuff. I've just found you. And it started playing your video. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to rip you off. You can have one fancy subscribe for me there. Love it. You surprise me, guys. You want Vanquishers. I have them right here. I did 5 of them, as you know, for the Hammers of Sigmar. I have 5 left to build. So maybe we'll do that for the next hour then. If the poll has decided. That'll be one less box of Warhammer on my shelf, that's for sure. It's too close to 50-50, you'll have to do both at the same time. No, don't make me. So, for this to make it makes sense to me that I do this as a second half of a 10-man unit, because I've already done 5, as you know, from the I've already done 5, as you know, from the Clearing the Backlog Hammers of Sigmar, and that was originally to get them up to a 2,000 point army. And I was going to put 5 of these into the Celestial Vindicators. However, it makes sense to me to make it a full man unit of 10, so that my Spearhead of stuff will look like... I mean, it'll be a mix anyway, because I don't have any Hammers of Sigmar Vexillers or Annihilators. If I can find them for cheap, I can buy them, but I don't want to buy the command thing that they have, Brotherhood Command or whatever it is on Games Workshop, because I don't need another copy of Yndrasta. That is the problem. I only need a Vexilla with the Banner of Apotheosis and 3 Annihilators and paint them all as Hammers of Sigmar. So it makes sense to paint these as Hammers of Sigmar to me, so that it's a full unit of 10. Do you think the Spearhead models will be in the AOS 4 launch box? I don't know if... I don't know what is going to happen with the launch box. I suspect that like the contents of the launch box will be the Spearhead for Skaven. I don't know about Stormcast because they've just released a Stormcast. The Stormcast set is going to be all new models, so it's not going to have Yndrasta in it again. It's not. As to whether or not it will also be a Spearhead, I don't know. I'm very confused by how this is meant to be built. These are silly instructions. I'm guessing that that's the... No, it can't because it doesn't have the lion shoulder pad, so... We should only require these 2 sprues. Oh, yeah. So here's something else I wanted to talk about, guys. As you can imagine, I have quite an enormous bin of sprues and stuff. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of collecting them all up and then doing a super cheap raffle for them. It will be sprues. I'll throw in some full model kits as well in there as well, just for fun. But I am thinking of raffling off my entire sprue bin, because it will give somebody an immediate enormous bits box. Because I don't do conversion work, so rather than me hold on to it forever, it seems like a good idea to share it with all of you, if that is something that you want. If that is a stupid prize that nobody wants, then I won't do it. I'm just going to start building. That's what I'm going to do. And if I get it completely wrong, I get it completely wrong. Right. We're just going to go for it. Should we just try, like, zooming out a little bit? There we go. Component number 3. Now the pole is neck and neck. 3 and 2, wherever the hell that is. Oh, it's there. Because you see, the thing with the bin of sprues is one of two things happens to it, right? One, it all goes to landfill, which is bad. Two, I go to the recycling bit at one of my local games workshops, but there is so many sprues here that could do with that need to go that I can't do it all in one trip, because that's not fair, because it's basically me turning up and going, hey, you know that sprue bin? Yeah, it's full now. Because there will be easily over 100 sprues. Easily. I would guess. And I've got loads of stuff like Sons of Bahamut bits, Orc bits, Stormcast bits, Chaos bits, Chaos Space Marine bits. Yeah, just tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff. And I generally hold on to most of the sprues. Sometimes I do throw some of it out, but I've been recently just kind of hoarding all of it. So, like, for example, I've still got all of the Dark Angels bits. So like, there's the leftovers from the Inner Circle companions, for example. So a couple of swords, a couple of sensors, a couple of hooded heads, etc, etc, all that good stuff. So it's basically a case of I have this enormous set of sprues that I kind of can't really shift. So I'm thinking, hey, someone could instantly go from having no bits box to having the biggest bits box in the world. I think that's correct. Oh, and now we need a head. Now we need to get a head. Component number 11. In you go. And then component number 1. Ugh, this is horribly attached to the sprue. Yuck. How often do you change the blade? I haven't changed this one in a while. I'm thinking of doing it the other day. Probably once every 9 months, I would guess, is how often I change the blade on this. Oh. Okay, so now the head glues in here. Presumably in some fashion like that. And then we take this bit and we glue it in. And that is allegedly how that works. Makes sense? So then what I just do here is I just run some glue down that seam line. And that should seal it when I come to prime it. Good evening, Loud Cannon. Niall, you're asking me a question there. Help me with a zombie dragon using Stormdrake Guard to make Ghoul Dragon Cavalry. Sounds sick. I will make zombies them, but what colour should I do them? White and pale black, or maybe dark grey? That's a really good. It's an interesting one. I think going for like a really pale white. You could probably, like, if you check out some of like my what they called, like I'd prime them white and probably go for like a, like with the Morgaunt videos, go with a white and then use like a thinned down Agrax Earth shade on the skin to make it look pallid and drawn, and then dry brush it back up with pallid witch flesh or wraith bone, depending on how warm you want it to be. Probably pallid witch flesh, because that would make it nice and pale. Because then any like reds or innards or whatever that you do will be really vivid. It'll look really cool. It's one of the best things about the Morgaunt scheme, is that you give them those kind of bloodied hands and feet, which right against all that super pallid skin just really works. It makes those details really pop. Right, we need 14 and 13, wherever the heck they are. Right, there's 14. Where the heck is it? 14 and 13. There's 14. 13. And 13, and then we need 15 as well for the sword blade. There it is. Boom. Shake, shake the room. Okay. Okay, so now we glue the arms in. Like that. And like that. And now comes Mr. the Sword, which will look like that. So we need to put some glue there, glue there. Yeah, that's correct. And then I need, oh, for some reason, a knee pad. That would get a mark down. Especially a knee pad that has 3 connection points on it. That's a big no-no. I generally tend to, like, if I see a component that looks like it's in there to make up the numbers, then I take marks off. Because I can't stand it. How much filling do you usually do before priming? I try not to do any gas, because generally it doesn't need it. So it's why I use, because like what I'll do is I'll just run a little bit of glue over the top of any seams, and it's usually fine if you just press these things together. They've gotten so much better, these kits, for that. Generally, so like that looks like that's like quite seamy, but there's a thin layer of transparent glue over the top of it. That will be fine. You won't see it. 32, 33. When's the next Tales? It'll be next month. It will be... Hang on, let me check the calendar. The calendar says that the next Tales should be 8th of May. Should be the next one. Good Lord, I love Stormcast. One down. That only took 20 minutes. Jesus. We're on 99 likes, guys. You've crushed it today. One more and we'll have 100. Okay, we can probably get one more built. As you can see, I build very slowly. But this is Me Time Monday. I can take my time doing these things. It's been a lovely break from painting Fell Riders, with the noise of the power tools preventing me from filming. 52 and 58 and 57. Here we go. Good old building. Yeah, that's fine. Right, this goes in here. We've got a little bit more to come off the top here. There we go. So we pop this one on. We don't do what the stupid thing tells me to do. So we do that. Let me stick a bit of glue in there. And then throw that. Like that. Boom. I believe I did the tattooed zoologist. You sent them like day one, right? We're currently building Stormcast Vanquishers, yeah. I now need component 54, 55, 54. So the thing I don't understand about this particular set of models, right, is the rules state you can only have one banner and one musician in every 10 Vanquishers, and yet the box gives you the ability to build 2 lots of 5, as well as 2 lots of 2 lots of musician and 2 lots of banner. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So it's like, cool. Hence why, for the first 5 Vanquishers I did, I built the banner and I built the musician. And then I didn't read it until afterwards. So hopefully that is resolved in the next version of the game. However, for now, we are going to get these. I'm going to get these built and painted into the Hammers of Sigmar. That way we have one big unit of 10. You're going to go together. Cool. So, into the back we put the head, like so. So just chuck a little bit of glue in there. Throw them in there like that. Oh, and then we have to do a stupid overlap. Okay. Just to make sure it all goes together properly. Like that. Love it. We need 59 and 61 now. There's 61. $61. 59, where are you? Reveal yourself to me. You have revealed yourself to me. Thank you, 59. All those rumours I started spreading about you. Being hard to pin down. I sometimes have that with the Sprue reviews. When I'm filming them, I might be building something, and then it just takes me like 10 minutes to find a component on the Sprue, and then I'm like, is that the Sprue's fault or is that my fault? And I always want to be like, it's the Sprue's fault. It was never Josh's fault. Josh knows what he's doing. But it's always my fault. What are we saying? Let's glue this arm in first. So then we can rest the blade upon it. In theory. Do that. Then we can go in here. And do that. Wait. Hold on. I've been an idiot. Yep. I have been an idiot. Nothing new there. I was just bimbling along. It's the wrong sword and the wrong bloody arm, because that's the flag arm. We don't need that. We need the other one, which is 62, 63, and 64. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you don't read, guys. If you don't read ahead, or you forget what the color coding means, like I just did, you end up looking like a fool on stream in front of 100 people. And Liam's now here, so now I look stupid in front of him. He'll never trust me again. He'll never want me back. Be like, no, I saw you do that dumb thing, Josh. We don't like dumbasses in the studio. As long as you still love me, Rich. That's all good. Hopefully Alice does as well, She might forgive me. Okay. We've sort of recovered. Have I seen your new t-shirt? It is my proudest YouTube moment ever. No, I haven't. I'll go and have a look in a minute. Where is it? Where can I see it? Have you shared it on the channel? Is it available to purchase? You sent it to me in WhatsApp. Did you? Oh, you did. Very good. Very good. Hey, Mini Painting Dad. Right now, I'm basically now getting ready for AOS 4. So I'm building some Vanquishers in order to basically have the contents of the Spearhead for Stormcast Eternals fully built and hopefully painted, if I can squeeze the time to paint 5 Hammers of Sigmar in the coming weeks. Because I'm trying to get, I'm very, very excited for Spearhead, right? And there is a scenario where I can have between 8 and 12 Vanguard / Spearhead sets ready for the launch of AOS 4, which means I can just hit the ground running, making videos and content and stuff about Spearhead, about Age of Sigmar 4, make a pile of rules content, and all that kind of stuff. Basically just make this the best launch of an edition ever when it comes to Warhipster Towers. And also Mr. Liam Dempsey, if he wants to collab on that kind of stuff, even after obviously my failings as a builder. I want to make AOS 4 like the king, you know, because it's about time everybody loved it as much as I do. And I know there are a bunch of people who love it as much as I do, and there are some who love it even more than I do. There's a lot of people out there who don't love it as much as we do around here, because they've never experienced it. They've been too afraid. So, if I get 5 Vanquishers, built and painted before the Spearhead rules drop, if I get this Branch Witch that I built today on stream, if I get that painted, that's the Sylvaneth Vanguard set. If I get this Spoilpox Scrivener painted, that's the Maggotkin of Nurgle set, so that's 3. If I then have I've already got the Cities of Sigmar and the Flesh Eater Courts one, so that's 5. If I can get myself a Chaos Chariot and a Chaos Lord, I've got the Slaves to Darkness as well. If I get a Carnosaur, that's a Seraphon. And if I get the Beast Skewer Killbow done as well, that's the Auric War Clans. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Vanguard / Spearhead armies ready to go day one to make tons of content. Lumineth, yeah, Lumineth I'm gonna try. I need to get some Wardens and some Sentinels done. We don't really have time to do a third one because we're gonna be leaving soon. So let's bump back to this one and let's just hang out for the next 10 minutes, guys. Liam has a studio and no Vanguard boxes. So yeah, what I want to do is I want to go to Liam's, and I want to do big 2,000 point games. Obviously, I want to film a bunch of Spearheads with you guys. I want me and Liam together. I think we could become the kings of Warhammer YouTube by making tons and tons of Age of Sigmar content at exactly the right time. I'm really, really excited for Age of Sigmar. It is going to be the best thing ever. And I want everyone to come on this journey with me. I'm going to end the poll now. Because the Vanquishers won. Are you going to do Vanguard Beasts of Chaos? Probably not, Captain Mellerings. What I might try and do is finish off the other 10 Darkoath Marauders. So that if there is a Darkoath Spearhead, for example, and it is the contents of the Darkoath army set, then we've got another one and that's ready to go. But yeah, Maggotkin of Nurgle, Sylvaneth, Cities of Sigmar, Lumineth, Slaves to Darkness, Stormcast Eternals, Flesh Eater Courts, Seraphon, all of that good stuff. So you should subscribe and you should become a member, because if you become members then I can afford to buy these things and then make videos for you. So I need to buy a Carnosaur and stuff like that, for example. But like I can do things like buy some of the Spearheads or Vanguards that I don't have, right? So like so like the Caradron Overlords, I do have that. I can build that and paint that. I've got a couple of things left to get. I want to be the Warcry guy. I'm having such a fun time painting these warbands. You should be, James. You should become the Warcry guy. So between James, myself, we need a Warhammer Underworlds guy. Who wants to be the Warhammer Underworlds guy? Because if we have James with Warcry, me and Liam covering AOS, and somebody else doing the Warhammer Underworlds, we can cover the whole of Age of Sigmar, and we can take the crown from 40k. Lugubrious Crumhorn has just gifted 20 of the finest Warhipster memberships, being an absolute hero. Thank you very much. That is incredibly kind of you. You put us not on 101, on a 601. That's incredible. So now we're only 99 away from 700. We're back to less than 3 figures for 700. I want to make it so that you guys just go, hey, this is going to be the best thing ever. The Age of Sigmar is just going to take over the globe. James Matthias has gifted 20 of the finest Warhipster memberships as well. Thank you very much, James. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you. It's our Warcry guy. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you, James. Thank you, Lugubrious Crumhorn. You guys, honestly. That puts us on 621! Does that mean... Oh, no. We're 79. 79 away. So 10 more, and we'll be 69 away from 700. Or, alternatively, if we get 45 more members, we'll have 666. Or 48 new members, and we'll be on 669. Hey, at any point we have the word number 69 in there. Thank you so much, James. Thank you so much, Lugubrious Crumhorn. You're very, very kind. I very much appreciate that. Age of Sigmar, honestly, it is the most exciting thing. I love it. I love it to pieces. You're always 69 away from some number. Food for thought. That's a good point, Sean. That's a very good point. My son keeps telling me we need to save Games Workshop by playing Warcry on stream. I mean, I don't think they're in any danger, but you should play Warcry on stream, James. Warcry is wonderful. It is a wonderful game. It's also given us some of the best terrain I've ever seen. You know, we've had this guy, the Idol of the Old Ones from it. I'm going to try and get together. A really good table of stuff as well for Age of Sigmar. So like that plus the scales of Talaxis terrain as well. I think I've got some of that somewhere. I've also got the Realm Shaper engine from Nightmare Quest. So all of that together, we should be good. The Ravaged Lands camp set. Let me look it up. Ravaged Lands camp. Which one is this one? Oh, it's that one. The Varanite Siphon camp. Yeah, that's the cool. That is some cool stuff. Oh, but the Gnarlwood Watch camp's quite cool as well. No, I don't want notifications from a German hobby website. Thank you very much. You don't love generic square buildings in 40k? No, I do not. I'm not saying I detest it, but everyone knows my everyone knows my feelings on ruined L's. Ugh. Ruined L's, honestly. So like I've done the Generatorum hub. I think that's a really nice. I think it's a really nice piece. Here it is. We have the Generatorum hub from Kill Team. I will edit this video. Do you know what? I will edit this video and I'll put this video out tomorrow. Because it's, you know, it's the type of thing that either lots of people watch or nobody watches it. But yeah, Generatorum hub. We'll put that one out tomorrow. No, I think you misunderstand me. I think you said I bought a lot of it. That's excellent. River Elves. Yes, River Elves, River Blades. I need to get them painted. I'm about halfway through the set. Obviously, the Darkoath took priority this last week, so I need to finish the Fellsteed Riders, and then I need to finish the what are they called? The the Darkoath Fell Riders. I need to paint the 5 Fell Riders that are in there, and then the Darkoath army set is done for now. That'll be 10 Marauders that I haven't done yet, but they'll go into the waiting to see what happens pile, because you never know. The Darkoath Warcry, the Darkoath army set might be a Spearhead. I just don't know at this point. You know, we've had no communication. So they go into the the pending pile. Oh, something just fell out of my shelf. There we go. That's good to know. What about the Wilderfiend? The Wilderfiend is here. The Wilderfiend's here, Alec, man. It's done. As is the Chieftain. I need to finish the Chieftain's base, but the Chieftain's done. The 10 of the Darkoath Marauders are done. And I just need to work on the Riders. So I need to get the Darkoath army set finished. I'm going to get the Riverblades and the Pyregeists done, because I said I would, and I really want to paint them. So I'm going to get them done. And then we just kind of move on with our lives, you know? Thank you very much, Alec. Yeah, so if it does end up being another Spearhead, if at some point they say in the next couple of weeks that the Darkoath army set contents basically is another Spearhead for thingy. Then I will do the other 10 Darkoath Marauders, so then we have another Spearhead ready. But at the moment we don't know if it is. So the contents of that box is the Darkoath Chieftain on Warsteed, the Wilder Fiend, 20 Darkoath Marauders and 5 Darkoath Fell Riders. I've done most of it apart from the Fell Riders, and I haven't built the other 10 Darkoath Marauders. I will do them if it calls for it. If not, then they go into the... I'll do them when I kind of have some spare time. Still planning on taking a break on the releases in May. Yes, at the moment I am, Cameron, yeah. Which is where I'm going to get these things done. So, for example, we'll do Contrast Plus How to Paint the Spoilpox Scrivener. And that will go into a playlist, which will be the Maggotkin and Nurgle one. But that doesn't mean that we'll have another Spearhead / Vanguard set done. So it's these types of things that I'm planning to get done in May. Painting a Nurgle Demon generally only takes about a day in terms of filming it and painting it and actually figuring it out right. So it's a day's work. Same for, a Sylvaneth, as you know, I can paint them pretty darn quickly, especially in my scheme. So, doing the Branch Witch, again, should be pretty quick. And because it's going to be pretty quick, there's 2 videos that I can get done that you guys can then pour over in order to get your stuff ready as well. Although I suspect you already know how to paint my Sylvaneth scheme by now. But, it is what it is. I'll still get it done. But, like I said, I do need to get the Idrilan Riverblades done, and I also need to get the Pyregeists done as well. So, at the moment, my plans are that. And, just to get it all done in the next 8 days. It's a lot of models to paint. It's 23 models to paint in the next 8 days. Which leads us into May, and then then my time is my own. And we'll see what else we can get done. So yeah, at the moment that is the plan. We're going to have a good time. Everyone's going to enjoy it, I hope. But yeah, I need to find a Chaos Chariot and a Chaos Lord. So I can get the Slaves to Darkness one done. Should I just quickly check eBay now and see if there's a Chaos Chariot? eBay! Chaos Chariot. No, don't want to build one. £25. Not bad. Maybe I should just do this whilst I'm thinking about it. See if there's a Chaos Lord here as well. Yeah, that one. Show me my basket. Yeah, that's not bad. Because that's all I need, because I've done the Warriors and I've done the Knights, you see. Yeah, we'll just do it. I don't remember my password. Boo. Do it from my phone. Stop. eBay's just throwing me a bunch of things at me. Okay. Let's do that. Done. Okay, so Slaves to Darkness, we're good. Was that other Darkoath preview for a Warcry box? Really cool models in there. No, they're full Age of Sigmar stuff. So yeah. Chaos Chariot and a Chaos Lord, and that means we are done with Slaves to Darkness, which means we'll have that Vanguard set done. So that's 1, 2 models, 3, 4, plus them is 9, and then if I get the, what was it called? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I get the Saurus Old Blood on Carnosaur, that puts us on 10, plus a Beast Skewer Kill Bow is 11. And then that means we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Vanguard / Spearhead sets ready to go. And that is a project that we can get done in May. I know Darkoath got a Warcry Warband a few years ago with the Darkoath Savages. You think that's it? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's been a couple of bits of Darkoath here and there, like the couple of characters like Tolgar, Split Eye and stuff like that. They've all been Darkoath. I think I've got a Darkoath Chieftain here as well somewhere. Another one of the commemorative miniatures, which has been cool. There's a bunch of Darkoath content coming from me, so some of that might help you, James, if you're painting them next. If you want to see some of those videos, you'll never know. You might see it. I've got, like I said, the Marauders, the Fell Riders, Chieftain, and the Wilderfiend. All 4 videos coming very, very soon. Just a lot of stuff. I got a lot of videos coming for you guys. Be excited or be afraid, whichever you prefer. But what we're going to do now is we are going to just see what the title of Liam's stream is. Joe's favourite model. We're going to send you over to Liam. Any plans for more Seraphon in May? Yes, if I can get my hands on a Carnosaur, then we shall do that. Saurus Old Blood on Carnosaur. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me on Me Time Monday, part 14 once again. We have a bunch of stuff coming in the pipeline. This week we will be back on Wednesday with another stream. Tomorrow I will put out the video on how to paint the Generatorum hub. So you'll have a video tomorrow, you'll have a live stream on Wednesday, you'll have a painting video from the Darkoath set on Thursday, and then something on Saturday. I haven't decided yet which. but rest assured, many things on the way. Content for days. You will not be lacking for painting content from Warhipster this next couple of weeks. So, yeah, enjoy, guys. Have a good evening, and I will see you all very soon in the next one. But before we do go, I'm going to say a big, massive thank you to Lone Monkey Productions, The Loith, Dudex Gaz, Brainbug, Starpilot94, Captain Mannerings, Madison Schleif, Paul is bad at stuff, Lugubrious Crumhorn, and of course James Matthias for all the gifted memberships, super chats, and months of membership of support. It honestly means the absolute world to me over here at Warhipster Towers. You guys are the best. I love you. Thank you. Here is the hand of farewell, and I shall wave at you until the end stream button works. Have a good evening, guys. I will see you all tomorrow for a painting video. Farewell. Lots of love. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, by the way, you're being sent to Liam now, so go and tell him I said hey. Goodbye!